On January 13, 1996, 9-year-old Amber Renee Hagerman went out riding her pink bicycle near her grandparents' home in Arlington, Texas. Less than 20 minutes later, she was gone. For days after her abduction, Amber was found murdered in a creek just 4 miles away. Her killer has never been identified. But Amber's death would lead to one of the most important child safety systems in modern history, the Amber Alert. Amber Renee Hagerman was born on November 25, 1986. She was described as energetic, independent, and cheerful, a child who loved riding her bike and spending time outdoors. On the afternoon of January 13, 1996, Amber was visiting her grandparents in Arlington, Texas. Around 3:10 p.m., she and her 5-year-old brother Ricky went out to ride their bicycles. They were told to stay close to the house. But nearby was the parking lot of an abandoned Winn-Dixie grocery store, a wide-open space with ramps that drew the children in. At some point, Ricky decided to head back home. Amber stayed behind. Across the street, a 78-year-old man named Jim Kevill watched as Amber rode her bike around the parking lot. Then he saw a black pickup truck pull up. A man described as white or Hispanic, in his 20s or 30s, medium build, with dark hair, jumped out of the truck, grabbed Amber, and forced her inside as she kicked and screamed. Kevill immediately called 911. As he was speaking to police, Amber's grandfather arrived at the parking lot, searching for her after Ricky returned home alone. Amber's pink bicycle was still there. But Amber was not. Police in Arlington launched an immediate search. Volunteers, local officers, and the FBI worked together for days. Roadblocks were set up. Leads poured in. In total, investigators would receive over 7,000 tips, all investigated. But Amber was nowhere to be found. For days later, on January 17, 1996, a man walking his dog found Amber's body in a creek behind an apartment complex, approximately 4 miles from where she was abducted. She was naked except for one sock. The autopsy revealed that Amber had been sexually assaulted and that her throat had been cut. Police believe she was kept alive for at least 2 days after her abduction. Despite a $75,000 reward, her killer was never identified. Investigators believe someone saw something during those 2 days. There was a laundromat near the abandoned grocery store, and police have long suspected that witnesses may have been too afraid to come forward, possibly fearing deportation. To this day, the Arlington Police Department insists Amber's case is not cold. They continue to receive leads. In 2021, investigators confirmed that they possess DNA evidence that could one day identify her killer. Amber's family was devastated, but they refused to let her death be forgotten. Her mother, Donna Williams, publicly questioned why the public had not been alerted immediately after Amber was taken. Her grandfather, Jimmy Whitson, testified before the U.S. Congress, calling for stricter laws against sexual offenders and a national registry. Amber's parents were present when President Bill Clinton signed legislation creating the first national sex offender registry. But that was not the end of Amber's legacy. In the days after Amber's death, a Texas mother named Diane Simone called a local radio station with an idea. If the public could receive alerts for weather emergencies, why not for abducted children? Broadcasters and law enforcement in the Dallas-Fort Worth area began testing what became known as Amber's Plan. It was later renamed the Amber Alert. America's Missing Broadcast Emergency Response. Texas launched the first system in 1996. By 2003, it became a nationwide program in the United States. Today, Amber Alerts are used in 33 countries worldwide. Since its creation, the Amber Alert system has helped recover over 1,200 children, with hundreds more rescued through wireless emergency alerts sent directly to phones. The system works by rapidly mobilizing the public, through TV, radio, road signs, digital billboards, and mobile alerts. Alerts typically include the child's name and physical description, a description of the suspected abductor, and, when available, details about the suspect's vehicle, including the license plate number. Each U.S. state and Canadian province operates under its own Amber Alert plan, meaning the exact criteria can vary slightly by region. That said, most closely follow guidance issued by the U.S. Department of Justice. According to that guidance, four conditions must be met before an alert is activated. First, law enforcement must confirm that an abduction has actually taken place. Second, officials must believe the child is at risk of serious injury or death. Third, there must be enough descriptive information about the child, the abductor, or the abductor's vehicle for an alert to be useful. And finally, the child must be under the age of 18. These safeguards exist to ensure the system remains effective, preventing alert fatigue while maximizing the chances of recovery when a child is in immediate danger. While it cannot prevent every tragedy, it has undeniably saved hundreds of lives. Three decades later, the murder of Amber Hagerman remains unsolved. Despite thousands of leads and continued investigation, no suspect has ever been identified. Yet her case reshaped how child abductions are handled across the country. The Amber Alert system was created to ensure that critical information reaches the public as quickly as possible, increasing the chances of recovery in the earliest hours. Amber Hagerman did not receive justice. But because of her, others were given a chance. If you're interested in more true crime stories, consider sticking around and giving the channel a follow. For shorter clips and updates, you can also check out my TikTok. See you next time.